we have tons of stuff to do. I mean, we gotta freaking get started at some point here, and there's just so much that we have to do. We gotta yank the engine, the transmission, we have to yank all the interior out, cut out the cage, and install all of this. So we're going to do a complete restoration on the interior of this car. I'm going to completely modernize it, alright? This thing's going to have paddle shifters, it's going to have all digital stuff, sequential. It's going to feel like a modern car, alright? The transmission's going to shift like a DCT. I'm going to switch up. I'm probably going to end up with a drive-by-wire throttle body sometime down the road, so that way we'll get the blip shifts. It'll be just like the RS3, 8-speed. I mean, we're going to have such a great freaking time, alright? We did the TH400. I no longer want to race. Like, I did the flip-flop. I know I did. And, yeah, we are throwing it out the door, alright? We're going to sell the transmission. We're going to sell the whole TH400 setup. And we are going with the 8HP 70, full exhaust, smaller turbo. Getting rid of this exhaust manifold here. Going to go with a traditional mount turbo setup. So just like the old black Supra. If you guys have been following the channel long enough, you guys know the black Supra sounded freaking amazing. So we're going to do a full exhaust. Going to do a muffler. We're going to do the whole freaking 9 yard to get this thing back to where it's a very enjoyable street car. I will somehow devise a plan to just make it completely enjoyable. We're going to have a stereo and everything back in the car. So we have a mint black dash. We have this confetti style interior, which is something I've been searching for forever. And then we've got some blue panels, door cards and such. So with some of these things here, they are going to get deep cleaned. We're going to be doing the steam cleaning and everything on it. But I just kind of wanted to start this video off, guys. We're going to be doing this 8HP swap basically from the ground up. We're going to be filming everything, the PCB installation and everything inside the transmission, all the way up to the turbo lambic installation here. This wiring is pretty straightforward. I expected it to be a little bit more in-depth, but it seems like it's a very straightforward setup. So we've got the turbo lambic, the 8HP, this whole interior, removing the cage. So we're going to start a time lapse. We're going to do a time lapse of everything, and then episode 1, guys. Episode 1, 240 conversion completely to 8HP 70. So it's going to be excellent. Super excited, guys. So a lot of stuff for the car is on. It's for sale. So if you guys are interested in the drag wing and stuff like that, the transmission, y'all know where to get a hold of me at. So yeah. Anyways, we're going to start this freaking time lapse. I'm going to start just ripping apart this interior. I'm going to pull everything out. The seat, the harnesses, all that stuff is for sale. I mean, it's just, yeah, we're going to go whole stock interior, seat belts, all that stuff. So, yeah, we got to start somewhere. So let's just go ahead and get you guys set up. We're going to do a full time lapse and everything going on with this car.
Don't have to be the way you say it is.
Well, it's gotta be that way with me. Because I've only loved one man. And I've got a hunch I'm never going to feel no other kind of love.
Within no time, we've already made quite the progress here. Helps a lot knowing this car, because I know it by heart, because I've done every single possible thing there is to do to it. No, we're down to a completely, basically stripped interior. It still sucks, we gotta yoink the engine out, but basically everything is out now. So all the flammable stuff is out of the way, and the next thing to do is to probably use my mobile bandsaw, and I'll just cut it out like that, and then I'll grind the little tabs and stuff smooth. I do have some stuff on the floor there on both sides, which I can get rid of, and I may actually wire wheel this and then primer it, and then we're going to be putting the sound deadening back in. So all these areas where there's gray, that's where the sound deadening and everything is going to go back in. Checking out these dashes, as you guys can see, my black one, and then this one is blue. I freaking absolutely obliterated it, and it sucks. Thankfully, there are some cracks in the top of it, so it's not really a loss. But this one is going in, and it's going to be perfect. I will be drilling out my VIN tag, because my VIN numbers do match. So I will be taking that one off, and we will be installing this one here, because that's the proper VIN number for the car. But, yep, she is gorgeous. We'll get it all cleaned up and everything. Once that goes back in the car, after we do all of this other stuff, this whole interior is going to be beautiful. So we're gonna do everything in our power to possibly make the car like extra quiet. I want to be able to like basically talk at a low volume inside the car while we're driving it, and actually be able to talk to my neighbor. And I can get 4 seats in this one, so have back seats to be able to take my kids around, because they've been really wanting to ride in this one, but this one is not exactly a proper legal car for my kids to be riding around in. But it's been a very long time since they rode in this one, and I'm saying probably 2019 is the last time that they rode in this car. So we are gonna we're gonna bring her all the way back. We are bringing it all the way back. And then this winter, she's gonna go out for paint. The homie Alex is going to outdo himself once again. But we're almost there. Drag wing's coming off. All right, so next thing on the docket is we're gonna remove the wiring out of the way of all these pipes, all these tubes, and we'll be cutting them off. I'll be cutting them off with a bandsaw. We're not throwing sparks all over the place, and we'll be able to cut right through this stuff, cut this cage right out of there, and then we'll be fully free. We'll be able to get this thing freaking tinted finally. Finally in this world, we're gonna get this thing tinted. This is quite the project, guys. I mean, I've been extremely motivated. All my dummy work stuff and everything, all the kit for the 8HP is on the way, and I figured if we're gonna do this, we're gonna go all the way. We are bringing this thing all the way street car. I guess the next thing on the docket, I'll grab the mobile band saw, and I'll be getting right up in there, and we're gonna cut this cage right out. This has been a long time coming. Here we go. She's out. It's freaking out. It's back, guys. It's freaking weird to not have a cage in here. It's been like that for so long. But we got these little nubs here. I couldn't get super, super low. But I'll get extremely aggressive sanding disc and that'll take it right out. Man. Grab a wire wheel and we'll start wire wheeling the crap out of everything on the floor, and we'll be vacuuming everything up. Probably give it a once over with some rubbing alcohol potentially, and then probably lay some primer down in the floor area, and then we'll throw some of that sound deadening in there. I do have a whole kit, and Sean will be supplying me with some of his extra that he didn't use for his Lexus. But there it is, man. I am freaking super exciting. That's pretty freaking cool, guys. We will continue up in the next section here. The next video will more than likely just be cleaning up the interior-ish here. Get this all situated on the inside of the car. Get everything all cleaned up in the floor. Get the sound deadening and everything all laid in. And then I'll be putting all of my ducting and everything back in the car. As I do want it to be functional, so I will have my HVAC and all that stuff put back in so it's working, and then I come around here to the other side, and then from doing my whole situation with my car, got my ECU in there and then my harness and everything. I do have two fuse boxes, so I've got a fuse box there and my other fuse box here, which is my underhood fuse box. And the wiring is going up where my wiper blades go, so I think I'm going to actually take that out and I'm going to get it all put back in. I do hope I still have all my stuff. I'm pretty certain I do. I know my wiper blades are hanging somewhere, but I think I'm going to poke a hole in the wheel well. So my harness comes down right here in this hole, which you can barely freaking see. It used to come in here, so that's actually, my wipers could technically work again. But I think I'm going to run it down inside the fender, and I'm going to poke a hole through the kick panel here, and then I can get my fuse box and stuff set here potentially. It's probably going to be a little bit clustered in the passenger footwell, but since I don't have a cage anymore, the seat can scoot back. So we are winning in all directions. So I do have my two fuse boxes I'm going to have to relocate, and then I'll probably build something for the ECU to sit underneath. And then the carpet and everything will lay back right. But I want to get all the HVAC and everything put back in, and I want it to all be functional. All my wiring and everything is still here. And so it's very important to me that it is all functional again. It's something that I really, really, really want. Here is all of my stuff that goes to my HVAC. And now it's all super easily accessible since the dash isn't in there. So, man, super excited, guys. One day at a time. I'll be swinging back out here. In the next video, we'll get started on all the extra stuff. I'll grab some extremely aggressive sanding discs, so that way we can sand that stuff down. And we should be able to get fired off here. I only got 6 points here I gotta do. I got the 2 in the floorboard up there, and then the 4 right there, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think we should be pretty okay. But there it is, guys. Freaking hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse and stuff. It's really freaking hot and sweaty in here. And yeah, I don't really do too much of these time lapses and stuff, but you know, I like particularly like watching those myself, and I know a lot of other people do. So there we go. We got a time lapse of the whole tear apart of the interior of the 240, and then once we get this situated, as soon as I start getting like tracking numbers and stuff for things, I'm gonna get this pulled out because I'm gonna have to get this all situated. I do have to get this tore apart so that way we can get the PCB installed. So we have this PCB here, which will be set down where the factory TCU is inside the transmission, and then these points here will get soldered. It'll be sitting on risers. You guys can kind of see, I'll see if I can't get it to be visible here. You can see what looks like veins like running through the board, all those lines. Technically speaking, you could actually do it by wiring, so you could basically wire B2 to wherever it runs to, so B2 to, what is it, A7, it doesn't matter. So you could basically wire each of these to, like, basically this is a hardwire kit, so it's just a board, which, you know, which is perfectly okay. But if you didn't have this, you could technically hardwire each one and jump them, because you're basically installing this, and this is just a bypass to get to all the solenoids, so that way Turbo Lamic can control the transmission. So very simple like situation here is basically like a hardwire kit, but it's a board, and it's a lot easier than trying to solder a bunch of wires inside the transmission. So much easier. It kind of sets just like this, like in here, and it sits on a bunch of risers. When we get to that video, it's going to be its own video. We'll go in depth with it and stuff, tear down the transmission as far as it gets to get to this point, and then we'll do the video on it. But we got this, and then this cover here, which we'll seal up, and yeah, it'll be freaking good. But there it is, guys. Part 1, 8HP70 build series on the 240. Road to modernization. We are no longer doing the drag racing stuff. If the car can launch, then I guess we can launch it. Which, technically speaking, this TCU comes with functional trans brake and bump and everything. But I am no longer going to be trying to like shoot for that. I'm not going to go race, guys. I want to drive these cars. I'm very, very excited to just drive and film content for everybody. But yeah. Alright, make sure you guys are following along. I know a lot of people are probably going to click this video because 8HP70 is like a big thing. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow along for the rest of the content, rest of the freaking build series on this car. And I'm going to be filming a lot. I know there's not very much stuff going on with the 8HP70 at the moment. Seems like there's only like this much stuff compared to like a T56 or an R154 or TH400. But yeah, we're gonna get there. I mean, I really just picked the stuff up just a couple days ago, and I made up my mind to do this like last week. But we are a huge head start. I got all the stuff on the way and everything, and I think the biggest problem that we're gonna have is the drive shaft. But as long as I can get somebody that understands what I need, then we should be good. But I'm trying to get everything situated all at the same time, and then we can have the car functional and ready to go. But that is it for this video, guys, and make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, because 8HP70 is going to be freaking super sick, and I know a lot of people are super interested in that. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.